But anyways, welcome back.
Welcome, everybody.
To the Tone Deaf Pod. We have a very special guest today.
El Presidente.
El Prez.
Sloppy Bob himself.
Known on the streets as Sloppy Bob.
Sloppy Bob, that's me.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here, guys.
Good to have you. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I think we were talking for a while, like, hey, let's get Bobby on the pod. Like, we should get, because we like having guests. We notice guest episodes get more numbers.
Well, we haven't had a guest
since Tony.
Yeah,
but then when we did it with, but when we did it with Parker, it was a great 2. We did 2.
And that was in our first
like 3
week.
hours with him. We had like part 1 and part 2 with like an hour and a half a piece or something stupid like that. We had a great time though.
I've been thinking, I'm like, I need to ask them to hang out. I wasn't even thinking about the podcast, and you guys asked me to be on the podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna bring gin.
Oh boy. Well, I thought it was funny. When you texted me, you said, "What is Tone Deaf's alcohol policy?"
Anything and everything.
Yeah.
I said,
"Hey, open and welcome.
We got no rules here, man. We got no rules."
No, this is perfect. I do have to tell you something though.
Mm-hmm. What?
You know, in the Slack, you posted about that chair.
Is that you guys?
That was me.
Hey,
that was me.
Honestly, okay. Off the record, like, it's gonna be on a podcast on the internet forever, so it's not off the record. But like, you guys can do it. Just put it back after.
No, we did.
This thing was apparently, so I guess he hates the second chair that goes over there, like where Mike 2 is, and so he's like, "This sucks. I'm gonna go get one of the lounge chairs." So he always brings that in, and he
so
just
much
chills.
comfortable.
Oh, so it's not even that there's more than 2. It's just you guys.
No, we don't ever have.
It's just more comfortable than the rolling chair.
Because one time Len texted me, and he was like, "Why are there 4 people in the station? There's only allowed to be 2 people." I'm like, dude, I don't know.
Trust me, we don't bring anybody.
No.
It's just us 2 in there.
It's just us.
And then us
2 jamming out.
It doesn't even matter.
But I had to confess.
It's okay. I'm.
I just thought it was funny when you put that on there, and the second you said, "Whoever is bringing these chairs in here," and I was like, "I got you." I was like, "Garrett, he got you."
It's not about the chairs as much as just about like the people.
No, yeah,
but like
for sure,
it's funny.
No, when are we going to be allowed to have more than 2 people?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess like when we go down to level, what are we
0?
level?
We're level 1 right now, I think.
So
yeah,
next year probably.
Hopefully.
Hope so. I'm glad we're finally doing in person for like. We're only gonna have like 2 of them technically, I guess, but I'm glad we're doing in-person meetings now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh no, I didn't mean in-person.
No, that was fun the other day.
Oh yeah. I think that's the reason why I've probably missed so many of the Zoom calls is just because with it being like a Zoom call, like sometimes I just forget about it because I'm doing homework or I'm doing something else.
Yeah,
and then it'll be like 9:30. I'm like, oh shit. Like we got a meeting tonight. Whoops.
No, that's I honestly do the same thing where it's like 8:55 and I'm like, oh.
Whoops.
I can't be like, whoops, I gotta do this.
You have to start it.
Yeah. So I get it. And it's not as fun over Zoom.
No, definitely.
I like the interactive aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it helps everybody get to know each other too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was fun. So is the unanimous decision Rick Ross throws down the most salami?
I bet he probably does. I mean, he does like own and operate Wingstop, so he probably put down some food.
Is that true?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Have you ever had Wingstop?
Does he own the company
good,
or he's a franchiser?
It's better. I think they got better wings than B-Dubs. I'm going to go on record and say that.
I've never been there.
I think I had such high expectations for Wingstop.
No, I mean, yeah, it's not like the best thing ever, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, their fries are legit. They got good fries.
I mean, yeah. When I go to a wing place, I'm not thinking about the fries though.
I'm just saying they do.
Getting comfy, guys.
Yeah,
no, it's a nice couch to have.
Yeah. And read what the pillow says. Stay a while.
Stay a while.
Stay a while.
No, we used to do the pod at my apartment, and so I live with my girlfriend, and we have a 2-bedroom apartment. So the other bedroom we put desks in. That's like our study space. But I've got a bunch of like studio equipment in there. So I've got like some monitors and a keyboard, and so like it's where I do like all my music stuff in. And so because of that, we're like, yeah, we'll just do the podcast in the studio. You know what I mean? Like
the stew.
In the stew. But then I was like, hey, what if we just came over here? Because it's like way more chill. And you sit on the couch.
It's a Stevie Light vibe.
Yeah. You might hear us say that a lot. Stevie Light vibe just means cash.
Stevie Light.
That's a little inside slang, inside joke slang.
Wait, did you guys hear the Shaggy dropped a new song?
Did you hear about that?
Like the
Shaggy?
like the 90s artist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you see? Yeah.
He dropped.
No. I didn't hear it.
Did you?
No. Did he actually? What was?
No, I don't know. It wasn't me.
Oh goddamn,
Got
that was
him.
good.
Got him. He did that joke to me like earlier today, and we're like, let's put that on the pod. We even put that on the radio show too. We did a break. And he goes, hey, did you hear Shaggy drop a new song? And I was like, oh no, not really. He goes, I don't know, it wasn't me.
I haven't heard that. I'm gonna use that all the time.
Dude, I was just sitting there and because I said, so I think of stupid shit all the time, so I thought of Shaggy for no reason. I was like, "Your Shaggy dropped a new song," and then he was like, "Shaggy dropped a song," and then I was like, "I don't know, it wasn't me." Just
Dude,
first thing I thought.
80% of this podcast is just stupid jokes we come up with. I think on 2 episodes ago we did like a little ASMR bit. We started whispering into the mic.
I'm just glad I weaned off the poop jokes.
Yeah, you did. You just have a lot of poop jokes.
I heard about the Jimmy John's tweet. I like that, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was concerned.
Big ass tomatoes they be having on their sauce. They're good though.
Poop,
I like Jimmy John's.
Poop was red.
Honestly, I'm not a vegetarian or anything. Like, respect vegetarians, you know. They're
Oh,
all
yeah.
cool, but like, if I'm going to Jimmy John's, I'm getting the number 6 veggie sub.
Oh man, see, no, you got to go number 5 Vito Italian with the gabagoo. You know what I mean?
Now I see
That's
that.
a great sub, man.
I see that, and let me kind of like blend the two of yours.
No, his
together.
sub is pretty good.
The zesty turkey sub.
Zesty turkey.
Yeah, the new one. That's the one with those big tomatoes that don't don't digest in your stomach.
Your shit
apparently.
red.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure you're chewing, man.
All right, Bobby. One thing I did want to ask you because a lot of times we do start off this podcast with asking a question. Is we always say, "Hey, what have you been listening to lately?"
Okay, I recently discovered, like, in the past 2 months, I recently discovered a band called The Slaps.
Do they slap?
They do.
They do indeed.
Okay.
And like, I've been listening to them nonstop, and then they put out an album. It's called Tomato something. Let me look at my Spotify.
Okay.
They put out an album like within this last month. I'm gonna look at the name of it. But I was so I think maybe I was just like had such high expectations
For a band called The Slaps.
for a band called The Slaps that I'd been listening to on repeat.
Yeah.
But I just didn't.
But
I
the
didn't
new
love
album
the new
wasn't
album.
good. Okay.
But I'm starting to like gaslight myself, being like, oh, you just don't have good enough taste in music.
I feel like I do that too sometimes. Or like, especially when it comes to like, I think one thing I notice myself doing is like artists who I love, like I've loved all their stuff, and then they put out like a really bad piece of music or something like that.
Mhm.
I feel like I almost like I try to force myself to like because like they're one of your favorite bands. Like, how can you hate something they do?
Yeah.
Like one great example is I'm a huge Green Day fan because like I grew up on that. That was like
Yeah.
some of the first stuff I ever listened to. But oh my god, does their most recent album suck? It's so bad. I don't know if you've listened to
The
it. I don't know how
Father
much
of
Green.
All?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
I only listened to the lead single.
That's so bad. It's not great. Which it's actually interesting. There's a theory going around with fans that it was a troll album because
to
it was
get out of their deal.
well because it was the last album on their deal. I can't talk
Dear.
today. Their deal with like Warner Brothers, their record label. And so they put out this album. It's 26 minutes long.
Oh.
And it's basically like they're trying to do garage rock, but then it's overproduced. So it just sounds like it's like overproduced garage rock, which makes no sense,
Mhm.
and it sounds like absolute shit. It's reason why I think it might be true, like that theory about it being a troll album is recently on their tour they've played almost no songs off of it, so they're like not even really
Makes
trying to
sense.
promote it. They got a new album coming out soon though. They've been teasing it, so I'm excited.
To be honest, I didn't even know Green Day was still making music.
That's okay. Their last couple albums have not been great. Actually, the one that came out in 2016, Revolution Radio, was pretty good.
Yeah.
I saw them in 2017. They were one of the last shows at Joe Louis before Joe Louis shut down, and that was like that tour cycle. Dude, they put on a great fucking live show. If you haven't seen Green Day live, you owe it to yourself to go.
Billy pull you up on stage, don't you?
No, he did point at me though. I have a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if
That's
it's
pretty-
still on my. I think it might have been on like one of my old phones.
Pull that shit up.
I don't know if I still have it, but
No,
we'll see.
I do remember listening to Revolution Radio, but
Some of the songs are pretty good.
after that, I haven't heard of
Yeah.
I didn't
Green Day
even
since.
listen to that.
I love like all their old stuff. Like all their old
Yeah.
stuff is really good.
Because that's nostalgia. That's what
Oh,
we
yeah.
grew up
Mhm.
on.
Yeah, like Dookie, Insomnia. I have Dookie on like picture disc. Like I've talked to you like how I collect vinyl. I've got of their albums on vinyl. I've got Dookie, Insomniac, and I think I've got Revolution Radio too. But I've got Dookie on picture disc and it's dope.
I have Dookie in the actual fucking case.
You got Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, cool. You've got red dookie. That's what I heard according to your Twitter.
I do. It's Christmas dookie.
Christmas
red
dookie.
and green.
Back to the poop jokes. Sick.
One more time. Last hoorah. One last poop joke.
But yeah, anything else you've been listening to lately that you'd like to plug?
Well, okay, I looked it up. It's called Tomato Tree, the album that I'm not smart enough to like. But okay,
You're just not cultured.
Yeah,
Not a savant.
I'm too dumb to like. Okay, anything else I've been listening to?
No, where's that band based out of?
Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago band.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's see. What else have I been listening to? Okay, the new Rex album.
Rex Orange County.
Yeah, I'm a big Rex Orange County guy.
Yeah.
I liked it. I didn't like Pony, the one he released in 2019, and I was expecting this to be like another flop, like one I didn't really like. But I like this one a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I feel like I listen to like the same like I get some new songs in there, like a few new songs, but I'm listening to like my same like 20 songs on rotation.
We kind of find ourselves doing that same thing too. If you look at,
I got like, I do the like get in the car, play the same song every time,
or play like the same
and
playlist
then I'll
over
put
and over
it on
again.
shuffle and just get tired of what's on shuffle and go back to the same songs I was already on.
What's your streaming platform of choice? Are you a Spotify guy or an Apple Music?
Okay.
Which one?
I used to like so hardly like Spotify all the way, and I still am.
Okay.
But ever since Spotify, the whole like Spotify thing with who is it, Neil Young?
Oh yeah,
like,
we talked about that. I think on the episode.
I'm not as like strong into it. I'm not like backing Spotify with my life anymore. But I still am like, yeah, it's better than Apple Music still.
Yeah, that's the one that I choose to use. I don't know why. I think it's more user friendly. Yeah. I don't know why, but
it probably is. I have like the student discount on Apple Music.
Oh no, yeah.
And I don't know.
I think it doesn't really matter.
I've been debating switching for a while, but I'm too far in.
I do like having Spotify Wrapped though. I think that's a cool.
I know
feature
that's why I'm so jealous of that because it's so much.
Because I've heard Apple Apple Music Replay.
Yeah, it's the replay, and all they do is just show
you all the songs,
your top plays.
Because I like that Spotify shows you like the stats. It's like, okay, you listen to like this many genres, and you played this song this many times, and you discovered this many new artists.
No, we don't get that over here.
Yeah, you guys don't get that. You guys aren't really with that shit, so you know.
You're oppressed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, because like one of the things that Spotify does that I really like is they make playlists for you. So like they do one for me, which is great for like finding new music. They call it Discover Weekly.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of times how I find new music and stuff. And there's another playlist that they make called On Repeat, which are just the songs you've played over and over again in like the last couple weeks.
That's a great one for you to get into.
I just listen to that all the time because it's all the songs I'm into.
One of my favorites is the Release Radar, and it's just like all the bands you follow.
Anytime they put something new out. Yeah. I have to thank Spotify for just like for helping me discover so much new music. Like I've talked with him about a band that I found on Spotify. You ever heard of Neutral Milk Hotel?
Oh yeah.
You like them?
Yeah.
Hell yes, dude. So I found them. I found them on Spotify one day because they were on my Discover Weekly thing, and I was like, oh, this is kind of sick. It's like folk and it's kind of cool. And I looked them up and I was like, damn, they put out like 2 albums in the 90s and then they dipped. Like and then I looked more into them and like how their album like In the Airplane Over the Sea, it's about like Anne Frank and the dude had like lucid dreams. He was like a real like nutcase, like weirdo type guy. But yeah, I found like so much good shit from there. A song we played on the radio show today, Joyce Manor, Constant Headache. I found that on Discover Weekly. So yeah, I fucking love Spotify, dude.
Spotify, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
The Neil Young thing was funny though, because he was like, I'm gonna take my music off, and I think Spotify didn't Spotify just do it for him? They're like, no, we'll just take it off for you. It's fine. We like Joe Rogan way more, which I have to side with Joe Rogan because I do love the Joe Rogan podcast. I don't agree necessarily with everything he says, but he has a really good podcast because I feel like he has so many different like people on. Like he always has like a new guest on that has something different to offer. You know what I mean? And I actually listened to some episodes on repeat, like the Travis Barker episode.
I don't know how you listen to like 4 hours.
I don't listen. They're not 4 hours. He only does that sometimes.
He's lying.
The ones I listen to are like 2 hours tops because that's all I can handle.
I mean, I can't talk too much because I've never really listened to Joe Rogan.
It's a good podcast.
I mean, I know he like gets like high production quality.
Yeah.
Like, it gets crazy guests on, so it's like.
Yeah, as I said, I'm like I said, I'm not necessarily like a massive Joe Rogan fan. I just like his podcast because he has such a wide range of like he'll have a doctor on one episode, and then he'll do like a musician, Then we'll have like an athlete.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
then Elon Musk.
And then Elon Musk smokes weed on the podcast, and Tesla stock drops. That was funny.
It's because people are afraid of the ganj.
Are you afraid of the ganj?
Yeah, I am. But
I am too, man.
Yeah.
Really? You guys are afraid of the ganj?
I'm not afraid of it. I need to be though, because I always do it, and then I'm like, oh.
Does it fuck with you?
Bad idea, man.
Does it fuck with you a little bit?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, I get anxiety. Super.
Yeah.
I quit like 3 years ago.
I need to.
Like I was like, nah, I can't.
That's funny. But
I know.
Bobby, can you turn it?
Oh yeah.
It should be good.
Guys, Sloppy Bob is getting a little sloppy. He was holding the mic wrong.
I was getting sloppy. Yeah.
No, he's fine.
No, Sloppy Bob is fine. That's a great name. Did you come up with that, or did someone come up with
I just was like, let me just get this one take.
I thought that was so funny. He said, yo, it's your boy Sloppy Bob. And I was like, that is a sick nickname. I was like, I bet that's his drunk nickname. When Bobby starts drinking, he's Sloppy Bob.
Sloppy Bob.
That's awesome.
Bobby, another question we ask is, who is your artist of the week?
Oh, yeah, we always do an artist
of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I give my just all-time favorite band as artist of the week?
If you want to. Whatever you want, man.
I want to put some people. I feel like, okay, people see how I dress and they look at me and they're like, oh, this guy gatekeeps music.
You're an indie snob.
Yeah. This guy gatekeeps music.
I don't know, but that sweater's fucking dope.
That sweater is dope. You know what I think it is, though? I think it's the glasses.
It's
the glasses do kind of scream indie snob, but I also kind of fuck with them.
It's the glasses. It's the cuffed jeans. People see me and they're like, "Oh, he gaslights women." But yeah. I want to do the opposite of gatekeep. I want everybody to listen to what I listen to, so I can like,
share the love.
Yeah, just
that's
like
info
drop.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
So my artist of the week is gonna be Vampire Weekend.
Okay.
Which is like even more of a like gatekeep like indie boy.
It's like a typical indie boy band.
But they've been my favorite artists for as long as I can remember.
When we did the all request episode, I think we played a Vampire Weekend song. I was like, this is pretty good. Like I should start listening to these guys a little bit. I bet they got good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them.
Yeah.
I like the song you sent, so that was good. I don't remember the name of it though.
Drop 2. Let's put some more people on the other band.
Yeah.
I think I remember. I think the one I requested was Diane Young.
Yes, Diane Young. Mm-hmm. That was a good song. I like that.
That's a good one. That's like a pretty upbeat one, but they also have like really like kind of slow songs. Their genre is sometimes called Baroque pop because they use like so much orchestral stuff. But it's like kind of upbeat and sometimes like more melodic.
It took me a while to realize what word you said.
Baroque.
Baroque.
You know what you thought? You just said Baroque pop?
Well, I didn't. I was like,
oh, okay. No, he's on a different level.
No,
he's navigated the astral plane.
I'm just a simple earth dweller, man.
These are inside jokes you might not get, but I promise you they're funny.
I'm here for it.
He's here for it. But Bobby's gonna be like the secret third member of Tone Deaf. Yes. That's what it's gonna be.
He's the president of us, too.
I'm gonna take over the podcast. This is my podcast now.
Oh fuck, we lost it. We lost control.
Fuck, guys, this is our last episode.
Yeah, but it's all in Bobby's hands now. Speaking of taking control, you are the president of the Whale.
President. I think I'm just the general manager. Like we have a vice president, but I think I'm only I'm called the general manager. I'm like
I think that I still think
that definitely counts.
That definitely counts.
Yeah, call me president.
How'd you get that gig? Give us your whole story.
Yeah. Right. How long have you been with Whale?
Yeah.
So we have campus life night, and it was my freshman year campus life night, and there was a table full of CDs.
Hell yeah!
And I was like, I'm gonna take one of these CDs, and so I took a Stevie Wonder CD, but then I had to talk to the people at the table,
of course,
and they were the radio club people, obviously. And so I was actually like my scheme to just like take a CD and leave was foiled because I was like actually interested. So since then I just went to the meetings and I was GA member that year. And then my sophomore year I did production. I was a production director, what Keith and Jacob do right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What they do?
Yeah. Hey, no shade, no shade.
You guys are doing your fucking job.
But yeah, and that was just a sophomore. Usually it's a senior that's general manager, but all of the upperclassmen were graduating my sophomore year. So they were like, Bobby, you're the oldest person here, man. You want
to be the prez?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna turn that down. That's gonna
all right.
gonna look good on a resume. I like this club. Let's do it. Yeah. And it just kind of fell into my hands.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what all are your roles and responsibilities as the general manager?
I wish I could tell you. No. So I mean, I feel like the most obvious one is just kind of like leading those meetings, which I like barely do.
He just runs everything.
He runs that guy.
He runs this shit.
Yeah, I'm the top dog pretty much. No. We have like our weekly meetings, but also I like check on the station, make sure that no one's putting extra chairs in the goddamn station.
I was just about to make that same joke. I was about to say that same thing.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you've been fucking up, man. What's up with that?
Honestly, it's embarrassing because I don't do much, man. You're asking me what my roles and responsibilities are. Like I should have like, oh, I gotta do this.
So what you're saying is you're basically a poser.
Yeah, totally. It's all for the resume.
He heard the feedback and he's a poser.
Yeah, you're the Jimmy Carter of presidents, bro.
Yeah. I got a peanut farm.
Oh my god, dude. Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter's the worst president of all time.
You think so?
Change my mind.
Change my mind.
Change my mind.
Oh hell, man.
Fuck Jimmy Carter.
All right, damn. I guess Tone Deaf doesn't like Jimmy Carter.
Nothing against the guy.
I'm surprised he's still alive. That dude's got to be like 150.
He's the oldest one. He's the oldest living president.
I think so. Yeah, he's like in his 90s.
Yeah, because then HW just passed away.
Yeah. Biden will get there soon. Dude, he's fucking old.
Isn't he like 80?
Yeah, I think he's like 80 or 81. It's crazy. I don't think they should let anybody over the age of like 75 or
talking
70.
Politics again?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying I have anything against the guy. I'm just saying like he's a little old. Like enjoy retirement.
Limit makes sense.
There's a John Mulaney joke. It's like if someone's about to leave the table, you don't let them order for the table.
Love John Mulaney.
Yeah,
that was great.
That makes a lot of sense.
It actually does make a lot of sense. John Mulaney's a smart guy though. So
no, he gets it. John Mulaney gets it.
He fucking gets it.
Speaking of John Mulaney, who are your favorite comedians? Who do you turn to for comedy?
John Mulaney's a good one.
You definitely strike me as a John Mulaney guy. I don't know why, but you definitely do.
He's top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Easy.
I'll take that. Yeah. This is a hard question.
There's so many.
I know.
I struggle with this one.
I struggle with it too because there's so many like I'll think of like, okay, I'll give 5, but then I also forget, oh shit, I forgot that one or I forgot this one.
Because I listen to a lot of like YouTube, like just small comedians.
Yeah, just bits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I don't listen to I don't watch too many people on like Netflix specials.
Yeah, I actually very rarely watch Netflix specials. I feel like I just watch clips of like certain bits on YouTube, and that's how I find new comedians.
I feel like I have more like controversial takes of comedians I don't like that a lot of people like.
Okay, well, give us those. We like hot takes here.
Okay, Bo Burnham I love though.
Fuck yes. We were just talking about Inside last episode.
Genius.
Grammy.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, won a Grammy for what was it? All Eyes on Me.
Mm-hmm.
I love Bo Burnham. We were talking about we loved him back when he was on like Vine and YouTube when he was coming up. It's hilarious.
But Bill Burr.
Yep. Fuck yes, we love Bill Burr.
I don't like Bill Burr.
Whoa!
No, that's my controversial take. All my
Bobby, come on, dude.
All my friends are like, "Oh, we're driving to Indianapolis to go see Bill Burr."
Okay, but I guess
like, count me out.
I'm not gonna judge you, but like, what do you have against Bill Burr?
It's just he definitely is. His jokes are like super edgy, and I have nothing against that. I'm not like. It doesn't offend me. I'm like a straight white man. You can't offend me. But like, and I don't think he's got like a African American wife. I don't think he's being racist. But I just
for sure.
Don't think I'm like, oh, you made another race joke. It's good, man.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. I mean, I can see why some people might get tired of that or might think it gets old because that kind of is his brand. Is like not like shot comedy, but he's very like we'll definitely say shit that will offend people, and that's kind of like his thing. But
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, I love Ricky Gervais though.
I kind of like Ricky.
I was just watching his special earlier.
I loved him when he hosted the Golden Globes like 2 years ago, and he's called out everybody.
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I was in a deep rabbit hole last night of
he says
all
some
his
crazy
hostings
shit.
of
He
the
says some
Golden
crazy
Globes.
shit. No.
Anyway, who else don't you like?
I keep cutting you off, so I apologize.
No, you're fine.
Aaron's fucking.
Sorry, I love stand-up comedy. So like he's comedians.
We're hitting your nerve right now.
Well, he said he didn't like Bill Burr, and I love Bill Burr. I was like, come on, dude.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. No. Who else do you typically either turn to, or like you said, more hot takes that you don't like?
I'm trying to think.
Hot takes make for great conversation.
It's true.
Don't say my favorites.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite of all time?
I don't even know if I could pick a favorite of all time. I love so many.
I love Tom Segura.
Okay, yeah, I like him.
He's got a good podcast, actually. You ever listen to his podcast?
Two Bears?
No. Oh, Two Bears is the one he does with Bert Kreischer. No, he does one with his wife called Your Mom's House.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I like Tom Segura. I don't like Bert Kreischer. I'm sorry.
I agree. I'm kind of like
I get it a little. I put it this way. I get that one more than Bill Burr. Because I feel like Bert Kreischer's brand of comedy, too, can kind of get old because he's just like the party guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like half.
The Machine bit is like one of my favorite comedy bits of all time, though. It's. I mean, I would assume you've seen that one. Mm-hmm. It's so funny. I love it.
If like okay,
give a hard time believing it though.
Hot takes all around today. The Machine bit, it was like such a long setup, and I was waiting for the punchline, and I feel like it was just like barely there.
Yeah, true. I also feel like that. I don't even know if that was more of a bit rather than him just telling a story of like his college days.
That's fair, yeah.
But like, I don't know. I just always thought that was crazy because like, I had a hard time believing it because it's like, no fucking way you went to Russia and was hanging out with mob dudes and you got along with them and you robbed your like. It's a crazy ass story, but I don't know. I think he tells it really well. That's why I like him.
That's true. And also, I'm being so judgmental of like every comedian. And we just did a comedy bit. Had to do a comedy bit for our radio class. And I turned mine in the other day, and it's horrible.
Really?
What'd you do?
I was like, all right, first of all, there's like it's supposed to be like between 5 to 10 minutes. Mine was 3 minutes. And I was just like, and it's not even due till the 18th. I was just like, let me just turn this in.
Fuck it.
But mine was, I like did these guys were at an improv night. They were like doing improv, and they kept trying to get audience suggestions. So they're like, I'm doing improv. Like, can someone, if I'm at work right now, tell me someone shout out a job for me. Yeah. And then they just keep shouting out like horrible things like gynecologist or and it goes horribly.
My God, dude, that reminds me. Have either of you ever seen Ted or Ted 2?
Mm-hmm.
You seen Ted 2? There's a scene in Ted 2 where they go down to the improv and they give like bad suggestions. And he goes, "All right, you guys, give me an historical event." And they yell out 9/11. They're like, "Okay, how about a person? Robin Williams on 9/11." They start yelling out terrible things.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
They did in 22 Jump Street.
22 Jump Street has that too. Mm. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I wish I had a tampon."
I bet it's good, Bobby. Don't sell yourself short because that's always a good gag.
Yeah, bad improv suggestions are hilarious. Yeah. I think that's funny. Ours is, I feel like, dumber than that. The one that we were gonna do together.
Oh yeah, mine is so it's a dude who needs to get his apartment key duplicated. But the key says "do not duplicate" on it, so he takes it in, and the dude's just like big stoner, or Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, we thought about maybe having it do Nick Cage.
We haven't decided yet, but the dude basically just keeps stalling the whole time because he's like, "I can't duplicate the key," and the other guy's freaking out because he needs his key duplicated. It's just it's on one of our episodes.
Yeah, we like did it briefly. Yeah. Like I think like one of the lines where he's like, "What kind of key do you like? What color key do you want?" And he goes, "I don't know, man. You just pick it." And he goes, "Wait, is this key for me? Because like I just met you and I'm not like ready to move in. Like I'm not." But then like the funny line that we just had the joke about earlier was that the stoner,
that's not in there yet.
Yeah, the stoner says something like he goes, "No, you're just a mere earth dweller. I found a way to navigate the astral plane."
Yeah, because the dude calls him a hippie.
Yeah, the guy calls him a hippie.
He goes, "Listen, man, I'm not a hippie. I just found a way to navigate the astral plane.
Yeah,
you're just a mere earth dweller."
And then I heard that and I was like, that sounds like something Nick Cage would say.
That is.
And so
true.
I did it's a terrible Nick Cage impression, but I was like, "You're just a mere earth dweller. For I have navigated the astral plane." And so we started doing Nick.
So now it might be Nick Cage, but
this is a key with rules.
How was your drama project? What'd you do for that?
Oh, mine got dark. I let mine get real dark.
How dark are we talking?
Someone died. I was just like, well, I wanted to do sound effects,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, what sound effects can I do? I was just thinking of sound effects before I even started writing, so I was like, okay, gunshot, gunshot.
Popped immediately.
Mm-hmm. And it was just like I started off with like a kid coming home and like the door open. I was like, I'm gonna use a door opening sound effect, and like knocking on the door from a police officer, and it like starts off as like a cliffhanger, or not a cliffhanger, but just like, what's going on? Like, why is the police here with this kid? And then it like cuts to, it's probably really confusing because it's just audio, but then it cuts to like that kid and he's in the park with his friend, and he kills his friend, and then it goes back to him coming home with the police officer.
So it's just murder.
But it's like, yeah, it was an accident. He didn't mean to.
Is that the project where you showed me where you did like the British thing?
Yeah.
He does a funny British accent.
It wasn't supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be dramatic.
The funny part was, the funniest part that I thought was, all he said was the word shit.
Shit.
Yeah, but he did it in like a way that was like very British. Like,
shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I found it was tough to like try to distinguish like a transition to like a new area or something with just the audio.
I thought you did a pretty good job though.
Your sound effects were good.
Well, because I did it, I hate it. So
yeah,
you know,
I think it's funny too that you
judgmental.
did like 2 or 3 different British accents where you pitched one up and then you pitched one down.
Yeah, because
Whatever.
for drama, I was like, the only way I can do it is if it's in a British accent. Because I was like, my voice is, I can't be dramatic.
Yeah, that's fair. I got my mom to help me. I
Oh,
needed like a
sick.
motherly voice. I was like, Mom, just read these lines, send them to me. She was real good.
Nice.
Shout out Mama Novak.
Mama
Yeah.
Novak.
Shout out Becky Novak. if you're
Becky.
listening.
Becky.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my part, because I needed a little girl's voice, and obviously, like, I don't have a sister. My cousins live 3 hours away, so I was like, I can't get help, so I just killed her off, and she was a ghost.
Yeah, like you came. What was her name? What was the name you gave her?
Eliza.
Yeah, it's like him in a British accent going, Eliza, where are you, darling?
So I just killed her.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't have to worry about it.
In my comedy one, I didn't have like, I had my one roommate help me, and then I needed like 2 other voices, so I just like changed my voice a little bit, but
Right.
barely, and it just probably sounds like I'm having a conversation with myself. It's probably going to be so confusing for Len to listen to that.
That's what I was worried about, because I was just trying to do 2 different British accents, and I was like, this kind of sounds the same.
Well, that's why you just pitch it up a little bit, so that way it does sound different.
I put a filter on. It was like a thin voice. He kind of sounds like a mouse, but it's whatever. I just turned it in. I was like, this is good enough.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby, I did want to ask. Did you watch the Grammys? Did you pay attention to the Grammys at all this year? Are you a particular fan or non-fan of the Grammys?
Not like neither. I don't like specifically look forward to the Grammys, but I also don't hate on them. I think like award shows can be kind of like,
Yeah.
but I also do. They are entertaining too.
Yeah, especially the Oscars this year.
But I didn't. I followed. You guys know Pigeons and Planes, Instagram account.
Can't say I do.
Just like you guys would like them. They're like shout out Pigeons and Planes. They just like talk about a lot of current rap music or hip hop music.
Oh, okay.
And I saw some posts from them about what happened, who won. But other than that, I did not keep up at all.
Okay. Yeah, we're both big time haters on the Grammys. We have 3 Grammys episodes, and the titles of each of them are "The Grammys Suck," "The Grammys Still Suck," and then "Do the Grammys Still Suck?"
Yeah. I wonder what next year is gonna be.
Guess what? The Grammys still suck.
You guys been going 3 years?
No. We've been doing this since like the start of the school year.
Okay.
Because
Wait,
like-
why are there 3? What happened? Why did we?
well, we
because
did back to back.
We did a 2-parter, I think, when we recapped the last year's Grammys.
Well, yeah, because
section.
one
And then
thing
did
we
a
were doing too
2-parter.
was like we were doing like biggest Grammy snubs, and so I think
Oh,
one of
yeah,
the biggest ones that we said was 2014. Macklemore won Best Rap Album over Kendrick Lamar when he put out was it 20? No, it wasn't 2014. It was like 2012, I think.
No, it was 2014.
Well, no, because Good Kid, Mad City came out, and that was the one it won.
Oh no,
over.
yeah, it was Eminem won in 2014.
Yeah. Well, no, because in 2014 or 15, Kendrick did win one for "To Pimp a Butterfly," right? That one got nominated for like 11 Grammys.
I don't fuck.
You Kendrick Lamar fan
You
at all?
can't ask me dates.
See, I'm
Or
not
you're just a big rap fan.
I'm not huge into rap. I like it. To Pimp a Butterfly though, one of the best.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
album. Phenomenal album.
I feel like the fact that I don't really like rap, and that one is just like I can.
That
have
was
it on
kind of my
repeat.
thing too. I've never really been that big, and I mean, for some whatever reason, I actually really like old school rap, like 90s rap, more than anything else. I don't know if it's just like the instrumentals. Like I always talk about like the beats. I feel like are funkier, and
Yeah.
whatever.
Head banging.
Like we put a lot of like Wu-Tang on the radio show. He played, what was it, Big L? He played Big L.
Fuck yeah, Big L.
I played Run DMC today. That was dope. But yeah, dude, I actually got into Kendrick Lamar because I've been watching on YouTube Anthony Fantano. I've been watching his the Needle Drop, the album review thing that he does, and I watched his review and I was like, oh, this sounds like pretty cool. And then I listened to it. I was like, this is fucking good. And then I got way more into Kendrick, so I'm like a huge Kendrick fan now. But
You're a stan.
I don't know if I'm a stan. I thought Damn was okay. I didn't think Damn was that good.
The Pulitzer Prize winner?
Dude, the Pulitzer Prize winner should have been To Pimp a Butterfly, dude. That's an insane album. Especially for like cultural, like the stuff it talks about. It's crazy.
Guess so.
Kendrick's the man, though.
I feel like I don't know a lot about rap music, but I agree with you on that.
Yeah. It's a good album. I actually, because of that album too, I bought a book about him that I'm reading right now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Do you read, Bobby? Are you a reader?
I'm dyslexic, but
So no.
no, I do.
Audiobooks.
Audiobooks are a lifesaver, but
Hell
I do
yes.
like to read. Actually, I have like a whole stack of books that I've read, and some that I'm like
Favorite book of all time?
Favorite book of all time. Oh, okay. Maybe it's because of the dyslexia, but I really like reading playbooks because I think it's really part of it. Probably is because it's like really easy.
Oh, okay.
to,
Like line, it's like line by line.
yeah, and it's like it just has like the name of the person who's talking right in front of it.
Yeah, I get that.
But so Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman.
Okay, I haven't heard of it,
one
but
of the
Sounds
best one.
familiar.
I have not heard of that. Garrett, you have a favorite book of all time? You ever used to be a reader?
Yeah,
I
you guys-
used to be a reader. I'm not anymore.
You guys asking me all these good questions. You guys got to answer some.
Yeah, for real. Well, like I said, this was gonna be interview with the Prez, but I guess
mean,
this is also just an interview with everybody, just getting to know
Yeah.
everybody.
It's just it's a share around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Favorite book? I don't fucking read. I don't know. I had one for the longest time.
Did you put it this way? Did you ever like read something growing up or in school that you actually really liked?
Yeah, I did, and I don't remember the name of it. And I had it for so long.
Let's try to
and I
jog
don't-
your memory. How old were you when you read it?
I'm gonna go 11.
11. Okay. Was it part of school or was it just
I
something
just
you
found
read
it in the
randomly?
library.
Okay. Do you remember what it was about?
It was about a kid. I think his sister died. I don't think it was a very popular book. It was just some random novel.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but my favorite book right now is The Passengers by John Mars.
Okay.
It's
I haven't
about-
heard of that either. But
It's about. It takes place in the future where all the cars are, like machine. There's no. You don't drive. You don't drive your cars.
oh, so everything's like autonomous.
Yeah. That's the word. That's the word they use in the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big vocab guy over here.
Yeah. The autonomous cars, and so somebody like hacked into all the cars, and they sent like they're sending like 6 cars to one converging point, and like the people that make the cars are trying to figure out how to stop them
Dang.
before they kill everybody.
Tesla,
crazy.
watch out.
Yeah, dude, is Elon Musk a supervillain? You think he'd do something like that?
I think the book's based off him.
Yikes. Now, my favorite book of all time is probably, I read this in 10th grade. It's called The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Oh, you
Okay.
picked The Road?
Yeah, it's a good ass book.
Not me.
That was for Vizesky's class. Remember that? We had to pick books. It was like you could
Yeah.
pick like between that, like The Help.
What's the other one? I didn't pick you.
Thousand Splendid Suns was like the other one.
I think I picked that one.
Okay. Yeah, I did The Road by Cormac McCarthy, which is an insane book because, first off, it's hard to read because there's no
Pictures. There's no picture.
No, put it this way. So, like,
True.
when people are speaking, like, quotes, there's no quotation marks.
Oh.
And so, like, it just reads, plus there's no chapters. So it's all just one basically big, long thing.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, so it's like really kind of difficult. Like you would probably, as a dyslexic person, you probably would hate reading it. But it's really interesting. It's about this dude. They don't say whether or not they're father and son, but you can kind of infer it. But it's about this dude and this little boy, and they're in like this post-apocalyptic world where everything's ruined. It's like nuclear winter or whatever. And it tells a story of their journey from somewhere. They have to get to this like safe spot, safe place or whatever.
I definitely picked that, but did not read it.
And there's some,
you're
like-
jogging my memory. I didn't
Really?
read it. Yeah.
There's some really fucked up shit because again, post-apocalyptic, it's like chaotic and there's like these weird gangs and there's like a lot of cannibalism in this book and some really fucked up shit
Oh,
that
God.
happens. Like there's this gang, they're all cannibals and what they do.
Imps.
I don't know if this is going to get us canceled, but this is a book. I'm not saying I support this. This is in a published, award-winning book. You'll see.
Do you have to say?
There's this gang who kidnaps women, takes them to this house, and they like chain them up in the basement, and then they impregnate them so that they have babies, and then they eat the babies. Ooh. Yeah, and then there's also a scene in the book where they find this campfire, and by the campfire is a charred like infant corpse.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a totally fucked up.
You know,
book.
to me, the impregnating the women thing seems like a long time to wait for your meal. Wait
That's
9
true.
months before you get your meal.
I guess.
Yeah, I didn't get that far in that book.
That book's fucked, dude.
Yeah, I remember
It's
the
insane.
apocalypse part. I didn't get to the
eating babies, eating children, and
sexual abuse. No, I didn't get that far. But
no, it's either that or this. I don't know if this is a basic pick, but I actually really enjoyed Catcher in the Rye.
I was gonna say Catcher in the Rye.
That's a great book.
Mhm.
It's a very simple book, but it tells like a really like I don't know, just kind of great.
Holds an entitled bitch.
Well, I also kind of like it too because Green Day has a song called "Who Wrote Holden Caulfield" or something like that. So. That's what kind of got me. And I was like, oh, hey, I recognize that name from this Green Day song. So, like, I'll read it. It's pretty good. So,
You guys ever read The Kite Runner?
yeah. I read that senior year for AP English.
People in AP English had to read it.
Mhm.
I was not in AP English, so I did not have to read that.
My class was... I didn't do very well in that class.
That class was fun. We had so we didn't get Hayes because she left.
Wasn't she pregnant?
No, she left to go to Holt. She went to teach at a different school.
I'm glad I got
So we
her.
got
She was a
yeah,
pimp.
She was pretty sick. But so we got this new teacher. But one of the cool things we did that I think you guys did too was we had to do a project where we had to analyze song lyrics and then also analyze like a music video that went with it. And would you do it on? You did an Eminem song.
I
right?
did The Way I Am.
The Way I Am, Eminem, and then I did it on No Surprises by Radiohead. Fucking love Radiohead.
What would you pick if you had to pick a music video to analyze?
Dang.
There's a lot of great
I
music
think,
videos.
yeah, that's hard. Like,
Also think about lyrical content.
yeah, got to do lyrical content, but also like an amazing music video. That's hard. I think one of my dream jobs would be like getting to direct music videos.
That would be a fucking cool thing to
Dude.
do.
I feel like that'd be...
We're trying to put music out. You can direct one of our music videos.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We have an EP, like an EP we're trying to like put together.
Oh,
and write
seriously?
and record.
You guys,
Yeah.
what instrument? I know you play guitar.
Mhm.
What do you?
He plays guitar-ish too. Like he's gonna be our bassist, and then we're both
Sick.
gonna try to sing, but we're not very good.
I played drums in high school, and then
No fucking way. We're looking for a drummer.
but I can't bring my setup here.
Oh well, yeah.
Because apartments. But so I have a guitar now, and I'm like know like 2 chords.
Dude, just learn Blink songs. The easiest thing in the world.
Okay, I need some guidance, man.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We can jam.
Yeah, we'll have
He's got
a
a
jam
bass here. We
sesh.
got 2 guitars. We can jam.
We'll
after
figure
this.
out a way to get you some drums as well. And
You ever think
Do-
about getting like an electronic set?
I think about it like daily,
You
but
can get cheap ones too. I think they've got some for like $200 or $300.
I need to look into it. I just also don't know where I'd put it. Like I don't have
True
room.
space.
yeah.
Space is tough.
Mhm.
Space is tough, especially for like I know like a lot of the bedrooms and like the apartment complexes around here are not very big.
Yeah.
You guys have some big ones here. You guys have pretty good sized bedrooms
Oh
here
yeah,
at Locale.
and then the closets too are pretty
pretty
big,
yeah.
too.
But dude, yeah, we definitely have to fucking
You
jam.
want to
We've
be
been-
a drummer? You
You
want
want
to
If
to
I
drum
get-
again?
if
Dude,
I can get-
we've been looking for one. That's like
Yeah.
our missing piece is a drummer.
This is like how you said that the presidency fell into your hands. The drummer has fallen into our hands.
I'm gonna
Let's go. I told you. Third member of Tone Deaf right here.
Right here,
Sloppy
baby.
Bob.
I still am trying to think of a music video that I want to analyze though.
I guess put it this way. Like what's one of your favorite music videos or a big one that you like really love?
God. Okay. The first one that comes to mind is Sunflower by Vampire Weekend, solely because Jerry Seinfeld is in it, and it was
Oh,
directed by
nice.
Jonah Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick. I love
But-
both those guys.
It's also like not a crazy music video. They're like straight up in like a Jewish deli eating bagels.
Yeah, so it's like simple, but
yeah,
it's cool.
like you can't really analyze the scenes. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like that's Jonah Hill's style, though.
Yeah.
It's just
Jonah
so
Hill's
simple.
the man. I
'Cause
love Jonah Hill.
I know mid '90s. Did you watch mid '90s?
I did, but I don't remember a thing from it.
And just skateboarding. But it's just simple.